All of us, true gamers, or as Randy Pitchford would say, premium customers, are currently thinking exactly the same thing. Is Diablo 4 the greatest game alive? Season 10 worth playing? I'm joking. Obviously, no one's thinking that. Diablo 4 is as dead as the dream that Elder Scrolls 6 or Fallout 5 are gonna be good if made by Bethesda. It's a complete joke. I'm fooling with you. Everyone knows Season 10 is absolute garbage without even playing it. I haven't played it. I already know it's gonna be bad. Why? Because Season 10 is more Season 9, and Season 9 was abysmal. Season 8 was probably the most hype season I ever thought it could be because it almost looked fun. But at the end, Blizzard was like, these boss powers that everyone is enjoying a lot because they make new builds and whatnot, they're too powerful. Let's nerf them into the ground and make them barely usable. Yes, that's how Blizzard does things, so obviously there's not a lot of hope. But you know who is currently enjoying Diablo 4? And this is not a joke, by the way. Let me show you. The bots. The bots are enjoying the living hell out of Diablo 4, and they have been for many if of a season at this point. I mean, look at this. This is SteamDB. Let me give you a quick statistics lesson, okay? There is, if you have a sample of people who are in the thousands, that's almost as good as a sample size of people in the millions. There is no reason for us to believe that Steam is somehow magically less representative of the bigger player number that is probably the Blizzard launcher. Even though it's questionable because I did a poll and 95% of people, which is 1,000 plus, answered that they would buy Blizzard games on Steam primarily if they could, which is understandable because the Blizzard launcher nowadays is atrocious trash. It just has ads. It's just abysmal. If I have a chance to not use it, I'm not using it any longer because it's just too filled with gunk and shit and bloat. But Diablo 4, look at this, boys. If Diablo 4, if this is real, if these are not bots, then Diablo 4 is the best game that there ever has been. Look at this. Peak players 55k 11 months ago, and it has been consistently getting these high numbers of return. This is literally, by the way, if you think these are not bots, you need to understand that Diablo 4 is unquestionably the greatest game and the most beloved game in existence. You cannot find a single game that has statistics like this. You know, that the peak player base literally is almost toppled every single new expansion every single month. This shit is just not real. This is not how these things are supposed to look. If this is real, again, then Diablo 4 is currently being played by, hard to say, but roughly 100 million people daily? No, that's too much. Maybe 20 million people daily. Which is obviously bullshit. Everyone knows it's bullshit. So, these are bots. The only people left to play this game, as I have been saying for months now, are bots. I mean, look at this. 65%. Jesus, it's bad. It is so bad. But, despite that, I wonder how Season 10's going. Oh boy. My brutal honest review. Keep in mind, Riker still dreams about Diablo 4 being a good game, but I mean, it's never gonna be, because the people left are slop lovers.
Reveal of a console port and expansion for Last Epoch, and we'll discuss why that has some of the community concerned. But then something that has alleviated concerns from a community was a new message from GGG about Path of Exile 2's endgame. Great changes are coming.
No, we just care about the Diablo part. It's fine.
Starting off with Diablo news. Season 10, the Season of Infernal Chaos, kicked off this week. I have my Ultimate Season 10 guide video that went up yesterday if you're looking to dive in and wondering how to level up quickly and get the most...
Nope, not wondering that at all. If I would play this game, The last time I played, which I don't even remember, was it the last season or I didn't even play that, was for 15 minutes and then I just forgot the game exists. Because it's bad.
Out of the season theme. And if you're wondering what class to play, I also have my class tier list video. Do check those out. My early impressions of the season are positive. Leveling 1 to 60 was a nice, different experience thanks in large part to Chaos Rifts. Those are real fun to chase down in Helltides. Kind of gives Season 7 vibes, right? How, we were leveling in Helltide and there were all those different events and quests to go after, but it's not nearly as
I played that season. I don't remember any of that, though.
chaotic, despite being the season of chaos, ironically, because you don't have all these like different objectives to chase down, like a frog or something. It's always
Oh, right, that one, where they completely broke the Tree of Whispers and no one likes it now. Arguably the only fun mechanic that was left in Diablo 4 that got completely butchered because now your Chaos Whispers are finished every 5 minutes. And, it's just a chore. It's not a fun thing that, breaks your rhythm. It's just a part of the monotonous grind. Diablo 4 developers just fundamentally do not understand what is a grind, what is a job, and what is a fun thing that happens time to time.
the chaos rifts, but those chaos rifts themselves, they will have different rewards attributed to them. So they do offer kind of little different experiences, both in terms of reward and in terms of what monsters might come out. Then as well, those new baby infernal hordes that drop periodically, allowing us to sometimes do infernal hordes during the 1 to 60 journey, further broke things up. Then the season powers, the chaos perks, they are crazy strong, both for leveling and at endgame. That's a problem.
God, imagine doing this for 10 minutes in a row, just standing in one location and doing absolutely nothing. Resources don't matter, HP doesn't matter, it's only fortified shield that does matter. It's so bad.
They are crazy strong, both for leveling and at endgame. That's a problem we've kind of had in the past with the powers, is that they tend to like feel, you just don't feel their impact at endgame. Not the case at all anymore. They are super powerful. They are a multiplier. They are a force multiplier for your build.
Are we talking about a force multiplier as just another deal 100% more damage at the end? Because we have always had that and it was boring.
This is absolutely a power creep season I got to Torment for on day 1. The Chaos Rifts appearing in Nightmare Dungeons as well are great.
Man, I also get the Torment Tier 4 day 1. I mean, anyone who doesn't probably has a low IQ, I'm not gonna fucking lie.
And also having the indicator on Nightmare Dungeon sigils. When that dungeon is an active whisper, well, now it actually gets me to run those Nightmare Dungeons. Now, something that everyone basically gets hit with right away is, oh man, these Chaos Rifts are tough. I keep seeing people ask me, hey, do you think they're like a little overtuned?
No.
They are overtuned, but I think it's fine. I actually kind of like it that way. They're a little difficulty spike. And that difficulty, though, it mostly comes from the dodgeable projectiles that come out. So typically we're playing...
Ah, yes. Diablo 4. The game known for dodgeable projectiles because your screen is not filled with shit. Ah, yes. Diablo 4, the game that made Lilith, the penultimate boss at the start of the game, have attacks that literally have the exact color scheme as the arena they are in, which makes them invisible in a lot of cases. Ah, yes, Diablo 4, the game that's so known for its projectile dodging that most of the projectiles don't have a correct hitbox. Ah, yes, true.
Pretty mindlessly at this level, or just all the time. So we don't realize that's what's killing us. But if you pay attention, most of the time that you're going to die to one of those Chaos Rifts, it's because some wave has come out, because you're standing too close. So what I do is I go close, I click on it, then I back away, because that effect that comes out
Fucking genius. I wish PoE played it. Oh, wait.
Right away. If you're right close to it, you can't dodge it. If you're further away, it gives you time to maneuver around it. So I like that it encourages a little bit more.
Yeah. Basic fucking human existence is encouraged. Love it.
Careful, less brainless play. without being, stupidly difficult.
The last time not brainless play was introduced to Diablo 4, the core fan base rioted, and Blizzard fixed that in a day and made it brainless. Okay? There's no such thing as a non-brainless thing in this game. Okay, listen. If you read all of the text on all of the skills and some pros sit against you to make a build, you're gonna make the same thing pretty much. It's just that bad. This game is as brainless as it gets. Anyone who says otherwise is lying.
It just feels like you're rewarded for taking on that extra little challenge. Then boss immunity phases being gone is great. I found myself at one point in a state of gearing progression where I did ridiculous damage, but I had no defenses. And I could not just DPS down the lair bosses, which is good. I could maybe get like their first shield to come up, but then I'd invariably get hit by something and die. I mean, if I really wanted to brute force my way through and try again, I probably could, but it's just, at that point, there's no more time efficiency. Or really, I mean, it would come down to me having learned the boss's mechanics so well that I'd be dodging everything, in which case I'd be beating it via skill, which is also good. You want the immunity phases to become irrelevant on builds that have gone to the point where they can tank and destroy the boss, and the immunity phase was just an annoying nuisance that was prolonging the fight without actually making it more challenging. So that's what they seem to have accomplished now. Then the changes to Infernal Hordes, mostly positive. The new Chaos Waves are awesome. The Bartuk fight is cool. My one complaint about Hordes is that Spires, despite being buffed for their Ether rewards, are actually worse now. I don't know how they did it. I don't understand it at first. They changed it so that now the enemies have to be inside the circle to count.
Oh, that's ass.
It used to be that you can be inside the circle and you can kill monsters outside of the circle and that would count.
Yes.
So these used to really suck for melee players, since ranged players could just kill enemies a screen away, while melee players were stuck in the circle waiting for the enemies to come to them. And it feels like the devs said, okay, Spires...
Wait, my favorite shitty mechanic in games that have zero complexity or depth is that you need to stand somewhere and wait for something to happen. It's just such a fucking lame way of doing things.
Suck for melee
I'm honestly surprised that Diablo 4 even has those mechanics yet. Well, still. I'm just surprised. I thought that the player base is gonna fucking rile up against it and say, no, this is so slow.
So now we'll make it so that Spires suck for everyone. Like, if you're on a minion build, you can't even really stop yourself from killing enemies before they get into the circle. Now, thankfully, Adam Fletcher already commented on social media that there's some changes coming to Spires.
By the way, I love the balancing in this game. Well, the non-existential level of balancing. Let me... like, this is a perfect example of this. Blizzard says that overpower damage, the yellow, well, not yellow, this is a critical, whatever. This number is from overpower. Blizzard said overpower to powerful v nerf. And, I mean, this is the result. Everyone's still using overpower. Because there's no such thing as... The power creep in this game is so ridiculously out of this world, unconceivably large. You can't. Either you completely make a mechanic irrelevant, or it's the best thing in the game. There's no in between. There's no such... Anything that's not overpowered is definitely underpowered. And this is the example. Look at this. This is a basic hit. Not even a million. This is the overpowered hit. 2.4 100 million, okay? You need to understand how ridiculous this is. And Blizzard wanted to nerf it, but they couldn't, obviously.
To help in response to the feedback that has been coming in. At this point, I feel like the entire circle concept just needs to be thrown out. Nothing interesting has been done with it. You know, I thought maybe like, okay, they're going to like add some blessings that can extend the radius of the circle or something, but as far as I can tell, just nothing's going on with it. Maybe change the spire entirely to a spout that poops out a specific number of little monsters, right? You know, we have events that spawn one big monster, like maybe a couple boss monsters. We don't have an event, I don't think, that spawns just, you know, poops out a bunch of little monsters. So turn the spires into a small monster fountain. But aside from spires, I feel like this season can be deemed as successful as Season 2 was. Lots of people seem to hold season 2 as like their favorite, the best season of D4.
Yeah, it was easily. It added the most interesting things, but the problem is, uh, considering it was Diablo 4's first taste of actually doing something positive, they did the typical thing that Blizzard does, and they ruined it. Blizzard has this extremely neat little thing that they do called, if players like something, we're gonna take that and we're gonna make it ridiculous and people are gonna hate it, and then we're gonna iterate on it 5 times and people are still gonna hate it. That's what Blizzard does. They take things that people love and make it to things that people hate. Again, there's no excuse. If you're a Diablo 4 player at this point, my god, you're just a slop lover. That's it. There's no excuses. Diablo 4 is objectively 100% not a good game. It is a shit game. It is a shit tier game.
Or, we got Blood Tide. That was a new exciting overworld activity. It was basically better Helltide. So everyone really enjoyed engaging in Blood Tide. And then the Blood Powers were new. These gave us a cool power boost. Now, those things just kind of became a natural part of the game, right? Blood Tide just became Helltide. Everything good from Blood Tide was integrated into Helltide, and now we just have powers all the time. So it's not novel anymore.
No. The Helltide main boss event is ass. It's the same thing. It's boring. It summons like 4 things that you don't care about. It's ass. No one likes Helltide. No one likes doing the boss in Helltide. I'm pretty sure, by the way, Infernal Cinders, or whatever the Helltide currency is called, still doesn't save after you exit the place, which is the dumbest thing ever. People hate the fact that it doesn't save it and you just lose your Tinders or whatever they're called after the Helltide ends. It's so dumb.
But in Season 10, at least now, we got a new fun activity, Chaos Rifts, and these permeate multiple areas of the game. We have them in Helltide, we have them in Nightmare Dungeons, they sort of appear as well in Infernal Hordes, and it's something that I really enjoy engaging with wherever I run into it. So I kind of equate it to being something as fun as the Blood Tide in Season 2, plus our perks, right? The Chaos perks, they're a much bigger boon than the powers of Season 2. And then throw on top of that the Chaos Armor, which is yet another power boon and a new kind of itemization to chase. It's really hard to argue that this isn't the best implementation of a season in D4 yet. Will I be happy when we move off of powers for at least a bit and introduce some season theme that has a tentpole that is not something that is powers or perks or otherwise people can just point at and say that's just powers with a mustache? Yes, definitely. But for what we have, I think it's well delivered. And I had some concerns about Chaos Armor, about, oh man, like this is possibly introducing a new itemization puzzle that's going to be a nightmare because you have to get the right unique on the right slot and all that.
Riker watched my video. That was exactly what I said.
With how much more powerful we are this season, it doesn't even really feel mandatory to get the perfect Chaos Armor for your build, which kind of just transforms it into a nice bit of chase gear. I'm sort of looking at it the way that I used to look at Mythics, where it's like, I don't need Mythics. If I get it, awesome.
Remember when Uber Uniques were rare, not everyday household items that you threw out? Yeah, neither do I at this point.
It's something to look forward to, and that's sort of how I'm regarding Chaos Armor right now. The ones that I have, sure, I'll work in where I can, but I'm not going to feel like, oh, my build is incomplete until I get the right Chaos Armor pieces, because I'm already destroying all the content.
I mean, to be fair, this is probably the best season of Diablo in a very long time. Typically, Riker's, when he talked about the last 2 seasons, he was dead inside and you could see it. My god, the man did not have any shred of his soul or humanity fucking left. This time, I mean, either he's on Adderall or the season is at least a little bit more fun than the previous 2, which is, it's probably Adderall, I think.
In the game. Now, all that said, come back next week and see how I feel once we're more than a week into the season. But how
Okay. He knows this is not a long term. Okay, got it. I'll be there. I'll be there.
Are you folks liking Season 10?
Shit.
So, do I recommend Season
Didn't play it. Shit. Still.
10? If you enjoy Diablo 4 in general, yes. If you don't enjoy Diablo 4, no. If you haven't played Diablo 4 in forever, now's a good time to come back and revisit it and see if you're going to like it now. But those of you who
I mean, he literally did not even mention the powers. Are they fun or not? That means that the powers are as forgettable as always, it looks like.
have tried it, what are your thoughts? Sound off in the comments. Give your recommendations to folks as well. And folks looking to see if they should come back, don't just take my word for it. Look at the other comments as well. If people are overwhelmingly saying, it's the same crap, make your voices heard. We also got the reveal of the IP collab this week. And as I expected, it was something that I would have never expected. Starcraft. I'm not mad. I love Starcraft. It's one of my favorite franchises since my childhood.
Wow. I literally could not care.
But I was expecting another out-of-house collab, so I wasn't even thinking of Blizzard properties. And this time around, it really is just shop skins.
Bro, what the fuck is this? What is this abomination? Bro, ain't no way. What? That's just sad. Oh my god. What? Is that a rogue? I have no idea at this point. I think that's a rogue. What is that? A barbarian? No, that's a druid, maybe. I don't know. I don't literally care. But my god, is this the most disgusting thing I have seen in my life?
No activity at all. No baylets to collect. No gameplay component whatsoever. There's free stuff in the shop as well, by the way. There's Twitch drops too. But all the sexiest, coolest cosmetics are the paid ones. Now, I was hoping that they were going to do...
Did Blizzard actually not find a collab that wanted to actually, sell them their license? Jesus Christ, that would be sad. Wait, there's a chance that Blizzard is doing this because, well, getting a license to use someone's IP is more expensive than what we actually get from the sales, which would be hilarious, honestly, at this point. Truly hilarious. But yeah. I mean, what? It's so over. It's so over, boys, for Diablo. It's just a dead game. There's nothing. I bet Season 10 is not even gonna entertain me for 5 minutes. I'm gonna be fucking pissed. When you have a game where you get a level up and you're not excited, it's over. I mean, it's fucking over. And that's Diablo 4 right there. In a nutshell. Absolutely disgusting, deplorable, and you just don't waste your time, okay? Also, what's the point of even doing these skin collabs? Just add a fucking $100 skin that doesn't even appear in your inventory, that doesn't even work. It's just a button that says give Blizzard $100, and the idiots are gonna buy it anyway. Just do that. It doesn't matter. Anyway, that was Riker. 10 out of 10. Have a nice day. Bye.